here at Love's Field. We're ready to go. And the first pitch is in there for a strike off speed to Cassidy Pickering, who led off the game with a home run. The 0-1 pitch. And that's just outside. The home plate umpire is Cameron Ellis, and he's also the crew high.
Yeah, what stands out to me with Cassidy Pickering is just she's so quiet. She's so solid. I mean, just that take right there, that low rise, just not even budging, and just very quiet hitter.
Slugging .848 on the year. And there's another strike. Count is even. As Miranda DeNava tends to take her time, likes to walk back behind the pitcher's rubber as you look at her scouting report.
Yeah, she mostly works up. You see that low rise she's been working. She'll go with that low and that high rise.
Flick down the line, and that's extra bases. Kaylee Pond tracks it down in the corner, gets it in quickly, but standing up with a leadoff double is Pickering, as she continues this torrid streak she's been on.
And again, just so solid. I mean, she has little to no movement. This ball is a little bit off the plate, but she's just able to stay compact, not doing too much. It's on time, stand-up double.
Fourth hit of the regional for Pickering. And now Ella Parker, the designated player again today, and DeNava starts her with an off-speed strike. 1 for 6 in the regional with an RBI. The sophomore from Los Angeles. Back-to-back amazing seasons. Hit .417 last year as a freshman. Over 400 again this year with great power numbers. 11 homers and 45 runs batted in.
Yeah, they seem like video game numbers. They don't even seem real, right? But another professional hitter, just Parker, Pickering, back-to-back. So similar in approach. Just both professional hitters.
Popped up. Nyland Marshall and foul ground, sticks with it. Back to the infield, made a beautiful catch for the first out. Defense for Cal, as you have touched on, Natasha, has been a concern, but that's a beautiful play.
This is a big play, and Nyland Marshall, just this ball is carrying, but her to be able to track it, still make that play. But if you notice, both Akasha and her shortstop go out to get that ball, but the big heads-up play is DeNava going to cover third.
Yeah, so they keep Pickering at second base. 1 out for Sydney Barker. Another bat that has been red hot. And the freshman behind in the count, 1 strike, as DeNava is starting everybody off speed. Barker, freshman out of Rockland, California, 3 for 4 in the regional. 2 for 3 Friday, 1 for 1 with an RBI yesterday against Cal. And the biggest thing, Natasha, for Patty Gasso has been in recent weeks trying to find a way to keep Sydney Barker's bat in the lineup.
Yeah, she's just been hot as of late, and just had her start on Friday night at first base, trying to get her some ABs, but she's just doing everything, saying, hey, coach, you got to keep me in your lineup.
Popped up, chased it high in the zone, and that's an easy play for Mia Phillips for the second out. So Miranda DeNava bearing strikes. Now they've got Pickering hung up. Tag on! And Cal will get off the field facing the minimum in the first inning. Spencer, 50-year head coach. It's a team that bears Elon Butler, Mika Lee, and Acacia Anders have been in that top
night. But throughout the tournament, they have all sprinkled hits, but it's going to be important for them to have those combined hits.
No surprise, Sam Landry, the starting pitcher for the 3rd day in a row for Oklahoma. 84 career wins. That's most among comer of the year.
Sam Landry, she's just gone above and beyond this season. She's just been a pitcher who has retooled herself, and her commitment to growth has been a big part of her success. She's always been comfortable changing speeds. Her changeup is her bread and her butter, but her drop ball, her changeup, her rise ball, just the unpredictable, her being unpredictable with her pitches is what's been the difference.
Picked up her 21st win of the season yesterday. She's only thrown 96 pitches before this game today, so pretty much well rested, ready to go. As again, 2 5-inning games for Oklahoma so far. Elon Butler 3 for 8 in the regional. Off-speed pitch in there for a strike, and it's 2-2 to the second team All-American from a year ago, the junior from San Jose, Elon Butler. And what a year for her. 366, 10 homers, and 37 RBIs. 2-2 off-speed pitch, roller to short. Gabby Garcia throws across for the first out. And keeping Elon Butler off the bases will be key for Oklahoma in this one.
Yeah, and she's able to do that with that changeup. You saw first pitch, she was swinging, she's being aggressive, and so Landry mixing speeds, throwing that changeup often. It's going to be key.
Elon Butler, one of their top base stealers in the ACC this year, but she's an out. And now Mika Lee comes up, the center fielder. And she's fooled on that offering from Landry. Senior from Redlands, California, 3 for 9 here in Norman. Has been a regular in the Bears lineup for 3 years. Battling through some injuries right now, including a shoulder problem. And she's fooled again, 0-2.
Yeah, and what makes Mika Lee so great is her versatility. She's able to run through the box. She's got speed. She can hit for power. But facing someone like Landry, she should start running through the box, trying to mix it up as well. She's trying to mess up her timing.
Struck her out. So the top hitter on the Cal Bears fooled on 3 pitches by Sam Landry. 2 down.
All 3 pitches, changeups, and that's just how confident Sam Landry is in that changeup, and that is huge for out number 2.
This is shortstop Acacia Anders. And that rides in and hit her. Off the hand. Anders shaking it off as she runs down to first base. You know, we saw Sam Landry give up a few free passes yesterday, whether it be a hit batter or a walk, but generally she
to back Anders off the plate, and that runs up and in and gets her.
Cal got to her for 7 hits in those 4 innings, but they were scattered about. And now she has to deal to Tiana Bell with a runner on. Bell, the 5'5" first baseman, 2 for 10 here in Norman. Had an RBI infield single, the game-winning hit in that 1-0 victory over Omaha on Friday. Tons of power, 7th in the ACC in home runs with 15 on the year. Crowd trying to get behind Sam Landry. Here's the 0-2. Didn't chase it high. Good discipline there by Bell.
And I think this is a good time to send Anders. She has decent speed, but hey, why not? You know, if she gets out, you still come back up in the next inning with Bell. If not, you have her in scoring position.
Foul back. Sam Landry was the ace of the Ragin' Cajun staff under Jerry Glasgow. Of course, Glasgow now the head coach at Texas Tech. And she has flourished here in new surroundings in Norman in 2025. The 1-2. Chased it down and away, struck out. Tiana Bell will sit down, and the inning is over.
3.
Well, this is the game summary from yesterday. 24 hours ago, these teams met, supplied a ton of power.
Just so much power as a freshman.
2-run homer yesterday, her only hit of the regional, but she is one of the best freshman players in the country. Second team All-SEC from Chandler, Arizona. And this is bunted at and popped up off the mesh. Good effort there by Longi Quiroga to go after it.
And good idea by Gabby.
You played with Gabby's mom, Kara Brunner, Hall of Fame pitcher at Arizona State.
She was a shortstop and like so similar to Gabby Garcia, like they have the same mannerisms, the way that they move and how they just play the game and approach. Kara run was really intense, and I feel like Gabby Garcia is the same, and just gamers.
SEC all-defensive team. 17 home runs after that one yesterday.
That's that low rise. Denava keeps finding that. That's key. So for the Sooner batters, they're just going to have to differentiate that low rise and high rise.
Garcia to be followed by McEnroe-Marinas and Sanders. Cassidy Pickering led off the first inning with a double, but Oklahoma wasn't able to get her in, and then kind of a weird play to end the inning. She was trying to steal a base and ended up getting thrown out at second trying to get back, and this is hammered to center. Gabby Garcia's done it again into the batter's eye. One-0 Oklahoma.
So good. So good. I mean, if you take a look at where this pitch is, it's really elevated. This is high, but her ability to go up and get it, and I talked about the Sooners are going to have to be able to differentiate that low rise and high rise. But if you have that high rise and you're able to go up and attack and get it and hit it like this is some good stuff.
107 homers on the year now for Oklahoma. They're 5th as a team here in the regional. In comparison, Cal has 4, and they've played more games. This is Nellie McEnroe-Marinas, a redshirt freshman, but she is a captain as voted on by her teammates. A lot of respect shown from this roster to this young player at third base.
Yeah, and just the fact that her teammates voted her to be captain, it speaks volumes about how much leadership she possesses. And just when you watch her, she's constantly talking, pumping up her teammates. First out the dugout.
She's from Hawaii. 1 for 5 in the regional, has a couple of runs batted in. 20 multi-hit games. So both innings, Oklahoma's had a hit from the leadoff hitter. A double by Pickering and a leadoff homer here in the second. Gabby Garcia. That home run, by the way, went 254 feet to the top of that beautiful batter's eye.
Yeah, that was a no-doubter.
Full count, base hit into left field. That pitch was up in the zone, and McEnroe-Marinas jumped on that one too.
And this is that high rise again. And what Denava has to be careful with is if she's going to throw that high rise, she's almost got to zip it through the zone, and it's got to be unhittable. And these are hanging a little bit, and the Sooners are able to capitalize and get a bat to it.
Jen Deering, the Cal pitching coach, makes a quick appearance. Anna Reimers is now starting to loosen up in the Cal bullpen.
And a pitcher like Denava that throws a lot of rise balls, facing a lineup like the Sooners, it's tough. You know that some are going to leave the field, and that's the risk that you take when you're throwing that low and that high rise. And so important for her to start to mix in that changeup even more. Try to do some more ground balls.
Miranda Denava pitched last night, 7 innings, 3 hits in that shutout of Omaha to keep the season alive. Is fatigue a factor here today for Cal, because they were here till almost midnight last night?
Yeah, it could be. I mean, obviously, these are the moments that you play for, and you just have to be ready. But I do think that plays a factor. We were here until 11:30 last night, and a quick turnaround this morning. And so you start to feel that fatigue as an athlete, but it's that mental toughness that needs to kick in.
Soft ground ball, and it's actually going to be ruled foul at home plate. Sydney Sanders getting the start at first base again for Oklahoma. 301, 11 homers, 33 runs batted in for the veteran from San Marcos, California. She has 55 career home runs, and the only returning senior from last year's title team. She's a cool customer.
Cool, calm, collected, chill, like nothing phases her.
It's outside 2-2. With those sunglasses, she looks like a motorcycle cop.
Just cool, like, hey, I came here to play, and what do we need to do today?
Team just loves her leadership. 2-2 pitch from Donava. That's high, and did she go? No. First base umpire is Vince Price. They appeal, and he says she did not.
Yeah, just take a look at her hands. Ooh, that's close.
Alana Agbayani on deck. Walked her. 2 on. And still nobody out for Oklahoma, and here comes Agbayani. Well, don't miss a minute of the action on the 7 innings live show on the ESPN app. You see every game, every big moment on the road to the Women's College World Series, only on the ESPN networks. Matt Schick is hosting in studio. It's where you can digest the entire tournament in one space. She's Natasha Watley. I'm Clay Matvick here in Norman. Oklahoma already leading 1-0 after a leadoff homer by Garcia. A single by McEnroe-Marinas. A walk to Sanders, and now here's Ilana Agbayani. BYU transfer. One for 3. A couple of sacrifices from her.
Yeah, and in
this weekend.
Yeah, and in the situation, no outs. I'm thinking the same thing. If you look at the defenders, they're playing in. The corners are in.
She's swinging away and lashes it foul. Agbayani hit .424 last year at BYU. And this is her first season in an Oklahoma uniform, and what a season it has been. Not the gaudy average that she had last year playing for the Cougars, but what a piece that she has been in filling a spot at second base and then in the middle of the batting order too.
She's a spark plug. I mean, in the 7-hole, I mean, she ideally could be your leadoff. She could be a leadoff anywhere in the country and just provide so much offense in the 7-hole. And she could do it all. I mean, like I said, she's got the speed, she's got the power. She's almost as if another leadoff in that 7-hole.
Well, here's Cal shopping for softballs again. We saw this quite a bit yesterday in the game against Oklahoma, then again late last night against Omaha. They were a little picky with the softballs that their pitchers were being issued. They made several changes. They get a change here, and Donava deals high.
And the Sooner fans were not having it. That became a little bit of a factor, but Cal just kept it cool and kept asking for the balls that they needed.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Donava deals and misses outside. Another full count. So Miranda Donava, after walking 2 in the entire game yesterday against Omaha, has already walked 1, and now a full count to Agbayani with a good power hitter on deck in Isabella Emmerling in the 8-hole. This is smashed. Forget about it. Goodbye home run. A 3-run jack for Agbayani, her 4th of the year, and it's 4-0 Oklahoma.
And Agbayani just possesses power. She hits for average. And this is just coming from the 7-hole. There are no holes in this Sooner offense, and just a spectacular swing. This ball hangs over the heart of the plate. Agbayani able to get that bat head out and just drill into this thing. Off the bat, you knew that that was out of here. And a little momentum going for the Sooners. Sooners up 4-0.
Donava has been in 3 straight full counts, and Oklahoma has made her pay every single time. And now she misses here to Emmerling to start this at bat.
Well, you go back to when she started to fall behind with Sydney Sanders, and she had her in a good count, and then she had Agbayani 1-2, and Agbayani was able to work that to a full count. So she's just starting to throw a lot of pitches, just needing to settle in.
Isabella Emmerling has been terrific behind the plate all season for Oklahoma. The junior from California, 0 for 1 in the regional, but has an RBI, a couple of walks. Transfer from North Carolina. Big swing and a miss, 1-2. And a lot of new faces for Patty Gasso's team this year, but she has brought in some really good players out of the transfer portal.
Yeah, the transfer portal has been key. I mean, we talk about St. Landry, just the athletes that she's been able to mix in with her newcomers, her new faces. It's almost as if they don't even skip a beat. I mean, you felt like coming into the season that it was going to be a different tone or a different identity for the Sooners, but it's still that championship mindset. And they're still rolling.
Just saw that Bears bullpen. Now, Shanti McDade has also started to throw, and that's going to be a strikeout. First out of the inning as Donava gets Emmerling on the off-speed pitch. And that is her first strikeout today. So last season, Oklahoma, 59 wins. This year, first year in the SEC. Including postseason play. Come again at you.
Haven't skipped a beat.
This is Abigail Dayton in the 9-hole. She's in center field today. Hannah Core started in center on Friday. Dayton 2 for 3 in the regional, and she is also a transfer from Utah, where she was the Pac-12 batting champ last year, hit .431. And even though her average has come down quite a bit, she has been a big part of this run. And this is hit the opposite way. Pond going back and makes a nice running catch in the corner. I'll tell you, Kaylee Pond has been inspiring all weekend for the Golden Bears.
Yeah, I just got the chills. Every time she makes these spectacular catches, it's just... It pumps me up, and this is just a big, huge catch, and she's just been all over the place, being able to cover so much ground. I mean, she is on it and just giving so much energy to the Cal Bears.
Pickering doubled and was picked off trying to steal third in the first inning. Her 2-homer day yesterday, the 10th time a Sooner has hit multi-homers in one game in a regional. And she was the last to do it last year here against Cleveland State. She has been special since coming on campus.
I mean, I feel like I've been watching her for 4 years, and I have to remind myself she's just a sophomore. Just her approach at the plate, solid. Pitch selection, there's not too many pitches that she gets fooled on.
Well, Donava has labored here in the second inning. This will be pitch number 37 of the inning, and it misses wide. 2-2. Oklahoma piling it on here in the second inning. That misses, so now full count again. Donava threw 92 pitches last night in that shutout 7-inning win over Omaha. And this will be number 50 in this game, and we're not out of the second inning yet. Swung on and missed, and Donava pumps her fist, and finally Cal will be able to come to the dugout. A 3-run shot. It's 4-0. And right yesterday against the Sooners. She's a 5th-year senior, and she has been worth the price of admission. Sam Landry needed 14 pitches to get through the first. Hit a batter, but worked around that issue. And she'll face 5, 6, and 7 here in the second inning. Pond, Quiroga, and Herrera. Cal needing to win this game, keep the season alive, try to force a second game today. The Sooners win, they're on to the Super Regionals for the 18th time. And we've talked about this before, you know, how important home field advantage is, Natasha. And since 2005, regional hosts have advanced to the Super Regional 76% of the time. Chelsea Spencer knows that. She knows how hard it is to come in here and win, or go anywhere on the road in the postseason and get an upset.
Yeah, just right now, I mean, I'm laughing because she's now switched to the first base coaching box and just trying to get something going, because in this crowd and, you know, not having everybody rooting for you, but they do have some experience. They played earlier match with Stanford and had that record crowd, so it was at Stanford's home, and so they're used to not having the crowd on their side, and so just trying to get something going for the team.
And there's Kylie Quico, who has moved from first base to third base. Cal assistant. There's a strike to Pond. Full count. Chopper to second. Agbayani makes it look so smooth. That's not an easy play, but she makes everything look routine.
I mean, just flawless and just so smooth. I mean, where she's positioned and the angle that she takes to this, and still is able to get in front of this. Some second basemen may be able to field that off to the side and not get into the front of that, but just a stellar defender.
So Pond, after a long at bat, is retired, and that brings up Longy Quiroga, the catcher. Has had a pretty good regional at the plate, 2 for 8, a home run. That homer came last night against the Omaha Mavericks, the champions of the Summit League, who had their season come to an end last night after a 3rd straight trip to the national tournament. Quiroga, a sophomore from Los Angeles. Really good numbers. That OPS up over 1,000. Here's the 1-1 pitch. This is down. This is the homer from last.
And so for her, she's been struggling as of late. Coming into the tournament, the first day she had 2 Ks, and we've seen her all over the lineup for the Cal Bears. And so last night, that was a confidence builder. You could visually see, just like, thank you to the softball gods for allowing me to feel some type of power again. And so going to be key for her to get hot today as well.
That was one of the 3 homers for the Bears last night. That's off the glove of Emmerling. And so another full count. That is the 5th full count for Landry. And missed off the plate. Quiroga walks.
That's a good AB right there, and some solid eyes from Quiroga, and a walk is a win, especially in this situation. The Bears need some base runners.
So second base runner for Cal. They still are looking for their first hit as Alyssa Herrera stands in. Herrera, the designated player, 0 for 5 in the tournament. This is her first weekend back from a broken hand injury. She had not played since March the 7th before Friday's game. Good to go now. And she's chasing it now, 0-2 as Quiroga is back into the bag at first. I think she thought there was going to be a throw, and there wasn't.
Yeah, but just her dive back, I think just the dirt's not smooth, so she kind of got stuck. And she wasn't even that far to dive back. she wasn't even that far out.
Sam Landry's 1-2 pitch. It's down 2-2. Landry won 63 games in 3 years in Lafayette, Louisiana. It was all Sun Belt all 3 years for the Ragin' Cajuns. She has taken her game to another level here this year. It's off speed, misses outside, so that's 3 straight full counts for Landry.
Just throwing a lot of pitches and falling behind a little bit after she gets ahead. It's just figuring out that out pitch.
Three and two to Alyssa Herrera. Called strike 3. Late call there by home plate umpire Cameron Ellison, but he rings up Herrera for the second out. And that's the 3rd strikeout for Sam.
And the 3rd strikeout comes with her screw. She's been working up with that rise, but it's able to come right back down below the knees. That screwball.
Here's Mia Phillips now batting for the first time in this game. Freshman second baseman. Really tough player. Made the all-ACC freshman team.
Has been an impact player as a freshman.
Ground ball. Landry fields her position well, but throws it into the right field foul territory. Trying to score here is Quiroga. Play at the plate. Safe. And into third base is Phillips. Well, Sam Landry, one of the best fielding pitchers in the entire country, makes a mistake there that leads to the first Cal run.
And just take a look, and Landry just pops off the mound pretty quickly, and she barehands this, but this ball just gets away from her. She rushed it at the last minute. She had some time with the speed of Phillips, but just this dive.
We were talking with Patty Gasso about Sam Landry's ability to field her position, and she couldn't recall a pitcher in recent years better than Sam. But she tried to hurry there because she knew that Mia Phillips can fly.
Yeah, she's just really athletic. I mean, just the way that she jumps off the mound and the awareness to know that she has to go to barehand that, but just as she comes to throw the ball, that gets away from her.
So the first error of the game leads to a run, and now they're out there checking on Sam Landry. Is this more, you know, above the shoulders thing here and just kind of a reset?
I think it's more of a reset and just making sure you're good and slow the game down a little bit, because you can feel at that last second she, you know, started to speed up the game and she had time with Phillips.
Jen Rocha, one of the best pitching coaches in the country. 13 years in Florida, won a couple of national titles there. Now in year 7 at Oklahoma, has 4 more national titles. She seems to always say the right things when she makes trips out to the circle. And has a knack, kind of a pitching whisperer.
The whole country just wants to get inside of her head, and they want to know exactly what is she teaching all of these pitchers and being able to pull so much more out of them. But when we talked to Landry, one of the things that she talked about was deepening her mindset, and that's been one of the biggest transformations in moments like this. Just having runners on base seemed like failure to her, and so now just being able to work through that and, you know, focusing on next pitch. How can I be better next pitch?
So Phillips was given a single on that play, and the error to Landry leads to Quiroga's run. So Cal still looking for a hit that leaves the infield. A lot of 3-ball counts for Landry in this inning. She has been pitching from behind here in the second. 2 outs. Phillips at third. 3-1 pitch. There's a strike.
Good pitch. That's a changeup, and just working from behind, and especially at this point in the Cal Bears lineup, the hitters you want to go right at, but she's able to work herself back.
Payoff pitch. Ground ball. Agbayani throws to first. Inning is over, but Cal is on the board.